All right, welcome to the people watching this on YouTube. Before we begin, I want to make some comments regarding the set of videos that have been releasing lately and how they're mostly being live streams. I understand that not everyone can or wants to sit like through like 1 or 2 hours worth of me tinkering with Nydal, so I still don't have time to produce the regular videos. I mentioned that a million times throughout this month, but I'm going to say it again just in case you missed it. So here's what I'm thinking instead. This video is probably going to be significantly shorter than the videos that I usually post. But what I'm going to try to do is to make live edits as I'm streaming. So right now I'm live. There's people in the chat watching this right now. My goal in this episode is to have a length of like 20-30 minutes tops, and I'm gonna only show you the parts that I think are worthwhile. So I might skip on me calling subscriptions and just random talks, or if I go like in the middle of the stream and go bathroom break or whatever, all that I'm hoping to skip it. And that way you can actually see some progress. Frame rate is still not going to be amazing. I'm going to try to focus the camera into an angle that's not super bad. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So what I'm going to be working on is this area, just so that you get a sense of where we are. This is Nydal. Let me zoom out. Frame rate is going to be bad for a second here, but this is the city. In the last couple episodes, we've been working on the power lines off to this side, just to give you some context. But right now we're going to be focusing on this area right here, which is kind of hilly, as you can see. There's all kinds of hills. But I want to have an area where we can have some big box stores, like think of like a Home Depot or an IKEA or some like big chain grocery store, things like that. And I have some assets that I've been sort of gathering from the workshop in the last couple of weeks. So while we are definitely not going to be finished with this during this episode / live stream, we're definitely going to hopefully get somewhere. So why don't we start by like leveling this up? Because I kind of like to stick to this. Like, I don't want to go up and down again. So maybe we can keep this somehow aligned. And I forgot to disable the move it. Like, I have 2 move it's running right now, which is probably not a good idea, but we'll see. So from here to here, let's see how deep we have to go. Interesting. I wonder if we can just be all flat here. Let's pick a height and see if we can stay at this level. Actually, no, I don't want to. Ooh, that's bad. This is what I want. Cool. Perfect. So I think I want to stick to that level. Is all of this at the same level? Let's see. Now it is. It's just so much easier to work with flat surfaces, especially because we're going to have such large footprint buildings. I want to try to keep this whole area as flat as possible. So we'll see what it looks like. I might raise it up and have that area be flat, and then the coastline is going to be a little lower. I'm not sure. Let's see. And we should probably bring the game sounds. I don't know if they're working. Gecko Kid, thank you for the sub. We're gonna get you all hooked up with a piece of property Nydal in just a second. Let me do some terraforming here first. Also, I was about to sneeze and it just didn't come off, and I feel really bad right now. Just so you know. Let's see how good or bad this looks. Might actually increase the brush size, because why not? So something like that, perhaps. That's kind of a wonky thing. Let's see if we can make it better by doing this. 0.8. point B. Let's see how it looks now. At 8 frames per second. Not too shabby. I think there's like a weird thing going on here. Let's perhaps do this. That's not necessarily what I wanted. Yeah. We can do that. And that looks a little better. Let me do some extra terraforming here so that these large footprint buildings, you know, will look a little better. And we're definitely going to be adding more as time goes by. But right here, maybe we can just soften this area out just a touch. Actually, let's just push it right up against the edge. And here, maybe let's reduce the size of this. Or just try to... I think we're going to keep this height right here as is. In fact, let's remove a few more trees just so that we can see what we're doing. And it might look that I'm just destroying the hill, but I'm going to try to keep it, you know, relatively intact if I can. Just making room for these like large buildings, pretty much. So we can have the IKEA somewhere like around here, perhaps. So let's see if we can get that going. Let's go for this diagonal and let's just align the nodes. Like so, perfect. So let's get rid of these dealerships and that market. And actually, you know what? Let's get rid of this. I'm gonna try to not screw up my bulldozer shortcut. I think it's whenever I open find it and press B, that's where it all gets messed up. So hopefully I'll remember not to do that. Anyways, let's try this giant IKEA again from Sven Berlin. We're gonna need some parking around things, as you probably as you probably know. For me, I love adding parking spaces all over the place. I'm not entirely sure if this is the right location. I think we need like some kind of collector road here. So let's maybe try that first. And can I maybe move this? No. Once you place it, it's done forever. All right. Maybe it should be on this side, actually. That might be better. You always confuse B with bulldozer for M for move it. Yeah. I mean, maybe if move it had like a quick shortcut to bulldoze, that would be interesting. But like, I don't think we need to, honestly. I think as long as find it is somehow fixed at some point, then that's all I really need. Hey, Ami, how's it going? I was just praising your stadium back here. You know what? Maybe this should be on this side instead. Let's just take a look and see if we can somehow make it better. Because I feel like this IKEA is going to be by far the biggest footprint. So once we figure the location for this, everything else is going to come full circle. And by the way, Sven did an amazing job with this asset. Just looks so detailed. Also, I kind of have to go to an IKEA later in the day, so I guess it's kind of appropriate. So let's first put a bit of a roundabout here, just so that things look a bit more realistic. Let's see, do I have a road? I think this road is like nice enough. Let's see, so we have that. No, that's too narrow and not heavy traffic enough. So it'll have to be something perhaps like, honestly, it would have to be like one of these guys. So let's get that going. And you know what? Let's just maybe get rid of this segment. Can I somehow move this? I can. There we go. I mean, I know this is like the wonkiest roundabout ever, but just give me a moment here. We'll get it fixed. It should actually go this way. Because we're not crazy people that drive in completely the wrong place, of course. And suddenly I just lost half the viewership that's in the UK. And other places. Let's get that looking like that. I don't want to have like a crazy big roundabout, but I expect a lot of traffic on this one, so I guess it's not the worst idea in the world to have a giant roundabout diverting traffic. We're gonna make it all look pretty in just a second. Let me just do this so that we can get rid of those nodes. And let's grab our main road and sort of connect it if we can. All right, so this one is kind of skewed. Let's see if we turn this on. There we go, now it's aligned. Oh, thank you, Move It, for snapping things in place. I guess thank you, Cuboid, for letting me snap things in place. Actually, I can't remember if that feature from Move It was like existed before. I guess, yeah, it doesn't. It's not always perfect, but yeah, I guess at this point you just eyeball it. That's not super bad. Again, we're gonna adjust things as we start connecting the different branches of the roundabout. Speaking of branches, let's add the first one that leads into the IKEA, and let's add this one that sort of connects like that. And they don't have to be all like perfect. I just want to have them be a bit more organic. And I kind of want this side road to exist. So let's just add it in place. Yeah. I think that's better. So you would turn around here and then you do your thing and then you exit on the other side. Do you miss the draw circle roads from SimCity? I do not. I even forgot that that was a thing. So let's just add a node here and another node there. And what that means is that we can now do something like this. We would obviously have to align them like so. See if we can get the tangent to be perfect. Come on, you can do it. There we go. So that looks pretty good. And then, so we have this extra node here. So should bring this straight up. There we go. That's much better. So this is what the new tramline is going to look like, connecting to this area of the city. Pretty good. So far, so good. Let's try to align this node right here. If I can select it. This node is so big that it's like overwhelming my ability to select that. There we go. So now it's a straight line. Where do the small 4-lane road running along the IKEA go to? Small 4-lane road running around the IKEA? You mean this one? So we're going to have the docks over here. And this is all for parking, and then this back here is going to be for trucks, which will increase because right now there's no turning radius or anything. And then we're going to probably have like a service road wrap around this area. We might even have like a couple houses sprinkle around here just so that we transition nicely into this giant mountain, which we'll still have to do a little bit of a terraforming, but that's sort of where we are for now. And I kind of want to put down like a whole row of dealerships over on this side, and this road right here is probably going to be not a dirt road. It's going to be something a little bit more perhaps like this, and it will somehow connect to this stuff right here. Perhaps it's going to go up and then connect diagonally to here. I haven't decided yet, but that's sort of where the plan is at the moment. Let's move forward. So let's try that. Let's try having 2 roads here so that we can, so something like this, I'm guessing is what chat is suggesting. Oh, nice, like a dog bone sort of interchange. That's what they're called, right? At least there's like a type of interchange called the duck bone interchange. Dude, that is like so much better. Nice. Good suggestion. I think that's what you meant. I don't care. I like it. Even if that's not what you suggested, this is where I'm staying with. All right. Let's just add another dealership here. Let's add all of them actually. Oh, this has like no zoning? Really? That's odd. So in that case, why don't we lay down perhaps this road? Where is it? This guy. Can we get it any closer to the actual building? Where's the node for this? So it's like right here. So none of these nodes I actually like very much. But perhaps we can do this. Just have it be really close to the edge. Actually, no, we don't want that. We want to have... I think I want to have like a nice pedestrian-friendly area here. Maybe some bike lanes. You'll see in a minute what I mean, but... that way this road is actually walkable, and it makes sense to have this other second dealership here and not be looking at the back of this one. Or actually I can have them be like back to back sort of together, and this could be maybe a service road. Let's see, how big is this Mercedes one? It's pretty big. I guess we can have it be like that. Yeah, no, definitely like has to be facing the other way. I mean, we don't have a ton of room here, unfortunately, but maybe get rid of that just for a second so that I can lay it down and sort of position it. In a way where it makes sense. And I'm pretty sure these are like owned by the same company, so it's okay if they sort of are immediately next to one another. In fact, what if we just like move them all the way right up against the edge of the avenue there? So you have the Volkswagen one. In fact, you know what? Let's rotate this so they're all facing. And now we can hopefully connect that in a reasonable manner. I guess we have a bit of a turn there, but it's okay. Also, why is that showing up as not connected? I guess it's reconnecting as we go. All right, so Yeah, let's add a bit more parking spaces in here because we're definitely going to need them. So maybe we do something like this, and let's grab the node, set the snapping. In fact, let's select this node. Can we get it any closer to that? No. It's already right on the edge. That's okay. That's fine. Anyways, things are looking good. I'm pretty excited with this. Not gonna lie. Let's maybe turn that into that type of road. In fact, while we're at it, why don't we get rid of the light fixtures? There we go. In fact, we can maybe grab the grocery store without snapping and just move it slightly backwards. All right, I'm liking this. Things are looking good. So let's bring the water line closer so that we can refit what we got rid of. Actually, I want to keep that line straight. And then it's going to turn this way. See how that looks like. I might have done it a bit too extreme. Let me accelerate the simulation to see what happens. Please don't destroy my freaking buildings again. I would very much would like to not deal with that. All right, it seems like it's somewhat under control. So, DIY. And I think these were cargo docks. How steep is it? Not that steep, actually. Do we want to keep the cargo docks so close to the road? Do we maybe want to have more of an industrial sort of harbor area? We might actually. So, but you know what? That's a problem for future Structoaster. Screw that guy. Here's what we're gonna do. We need power for sure. So let's put down that there. Actually, instead of doing that, why don't we bring power lines? Not like giant power lines, just like these guys that I'm pretty sure I laid down here. Yeah, so we have all these like wooden light posts. Let's just bring them all the way to there. I think that will be a cool looking addition. So I'm pretty sure it was these ones, right? So wait, let's just plop them there. I hate it when it just doesn't like give you the actual pillar because it like collides with another thing. I know they're not the same, but like I like these higher tension ones better. Can I somehow do a connection like that? Yeah, that kind of works. It's kind of ghetto-ish, but it works. What about here? I guess we can just go straight up. Maybe let's bring it all the way to here. Actually, kind of want this to be aligned to that. So that works. And then we can just stay up to this level, perhaps. This one, this thing right here, I'm not a huge fan of. Let's see if we can... No, not the building. I want the node. Or at least the building and the node to go down. In fact, nope. Too much. I selected too many things. Let's double check this. Let's do that. I think I want to do some detailing here later, but basically I just want to have this like medium tension power line to bring power to the people. So that's good. This one here needs to be brought down just a little bit more. Same with this one. Thank you for the bits, P.O. Truckle. He says, I really like jumping back to CS while I watch the stream. Awesome stuff going on there. Thank you so much. Very generous of you. We'll get you all hooked up with some property Nydal in just a second. Let me first get these power lines to sort of look realistic. And again, we're going to come back to this and add more details, but I definitely want all these buildings to be like connected. So real quick, let's finish that connection. Now here's going to get it's going to get a little tricky. Let's see how we can address this. I guess it will be as simple as just doing this. Holy crap, those are like tall boys. Suna Beach, thank you for the sub. Again, we're gonna get you all hooked up in just a second with another piece of property, Nydal. Going out for the highest bidders, or just any bidders at this point. But I'm glad that everyone kind of has a spot in Nydal now. And hang on, this one. Let's try to align it at least to that. I might come back to this later and like tweak more things, to be honest. But I think we need an extra segment here. And I'm sure like people watching this on YouTube's like, dude, you did like a 3-hour video on power lines and you're still doing power lines. What can I say? I like power lines. Actually, I hate overhead cables, but they exist. So if you want to make something that looks somewhat realistic, you're going to need some overhead cables. There's just no way around that. I know it's like less common in Europe, but there's still quite a few of those in Europe. Now here, maybe you can have them sort of come back to like a tiny substation in the back of the IKEA. So perhaps I want to sort of be straight to that line. So perhaps do that and do that. All right, Aslan, thank you so much for sticking around. Hopefully you can catch the rest of the stream later. And thank you for the sub too. All right, so we can get rid of that. We'll figure this out in just probably in another episode. Because I'm kind of already running short on time. What is it? It's already 12. Okay, I might go for like another few minutes here just to like wrap things up, but it's already going pretty long. But yeah, that's looking pretty good so far. before I wrap this up, I want to add a couple trees on these like medians and then add the parking spaces. And then probably in the next stream, we're going to complete or add more details because I maybe want to add a gas station and things like that. So let's go ahead and add some trees. And I think we're going to prop it up a tiny bit. Actually, junipers. I haven't used much of these junipers. Let's go into Property Anarchy, turn it on. Will this block the view of the IKEA too much? I don't think so. Also, I might want to get rid of this guy right here. Actually, perhaps just get rid of the entire sidewalk, at least on this side. It's kind of hard to get it to look right, but because it's like at an angle, unfortunately. No, you know what? Not a good idea. Let's keep that and do this instead. Let's just go full Leno on this. Full King Leno, that is. So we can have a proper curve with grass. Like that. And now we can even just fill everything else with concrete so that it will look actually nicer. Maybe up to there. Something like that. So let's grab the junipers again, which were in this menu. And like align them in a way where it won't block too many things. Actually, let's just align them so that they're equidistant. We're gonna get rid of this one and we're gonna get rid of this one. So now we have a nice tree lined view here, and also wanted to use one of these like young pines from the one and only Mr. Mason, or maybe you can do like tiny trees. Hang on, let's just add all the junipers first, and then we'll figure out other things. So like imagine like the Chamber of Commerce is like in charge of planting all of these trees. So something like this. There we go. Actually, do we have like an IKEA sign? We have the IKEA sign. Oh, I'm in brush mode, apparently. There we go. Yeah, this is like way too big. It would have been nice to have like, we can maybe get like a smaller IKEA sign and just put it here on the entrance, but maybe later. All right, let's add a few more. Definitely want to block the view from like the back of the dealership. I don't think we need to highlight that. And same is true for this patch right here and there. I might come back later and like remove a few and just, or add a few extra ones. So maybe let's add, should we add like one of these like giant trees here? And another one there, just for good measure. Actually, we can even add another oak here and just another one there. Why not? Man, like you add 5 trees and suddenly the whole thing is, it's so much nicer. Let's just scatter a few random trees as well in different places. Maybe not that one, but oh, these are the ones that I wanted to add in places. So maybe add a few of those. And again, I'm probably going to come back to this, remove a couple. This is just mostly so that it looks good on the screenshot for the thumbnail of the video. But also just to like give you an idea on what to expect. Team trees. Yeah, hashtag team trees. Absolutely. Hang on. Let's do some surface paint in here so that we get things looking good. Like so. There we go. All right. So finally, let's just put down some parking spaces real quick. Again, these are mostly to like stage them, and then in the next episode or in the next stream for the people watching this live, it's all gonna come together. Actually, we can, yeah, so let's put those there. Let's try to rotate them so that we can fit. Actually, I could just put it like this and use that tool to rotate them in place. Actually, we can just overlap them a little bit. Doesn't matter. Just try to get it carefully in place. And we can even just extend it beyond its limit a little bit. No, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. And now we can rotate it at 90 degrees. And let's just get rid of this one. Get that there. We're going to add handicap spaces later for sure. Just for now, I want to make sure that at least this looks somewhat like a parking lot. And you know how much I love parking lots. Even in my European builds, there has to be tons of parking everywhere. And here, I think, actually, you know what? Maybe here we just straight up grab this. No, what I did is wrong and we should undo it. And I'm glad we have Move It to help us with that. Now we're talking. And here, I guess, yeah, there's going to be quite a bit of overlap, but it's okay. All right. A million more to go. One down. Let's put them, let's put these guys like closer to the grocery store entrance. We're probably going to need more than this, but I guess we could do that and then rotate it and put it on the other side and grab this bad boy, nudge it in place like so. So now we can do the same, but just over on this side. Just align it to some degree so that it looks mostly good. And does this fit? No, it's too big. So let's grab a smaller one and put it in place. And we're pretty much almost done with this like basic set of detail work. Go away window. There we go. So something like that. And that one is already pretty good. So I think I'm going to start winding things down for the stream and for the video if you're watching this on YouTube. In the next stream, which will take place on the Saturday after this one, I'll probably be adding much more details and maybe start working on some of these neighborhoods. We'll see. But for the time being, this is what things look like. We might also expand a bit further this coastline so that we can fit a more industrial looking sort of port for all these ships that are coming in. Obviously, this whole area of the city is much meant for locals, or at least that's sort of my idea. It's not that much of a touristy area as opposed to this beach side, like over, if I look up, you can see it over there. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving this video a like. And if you're new to the channel and haven't already, make sure to subscribe. But oh yeah, and also definitely follow me on Twitch. That way you get notified next time I go live. But that's all I have for you today, YouTube. Thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next one.